Hey, Brian from Garage Mahal. Today we are working on a 2018 Nissan Rogue, and we are going to be doing a couple things on this. One, it's been throwing a code, so we're going to go see what that code is. But I already kind of know what it is, but just for all our viewers here at home. Let me hook up my computer, my OBD2. Okay. So I'll turn it on really quick. Okay, so let's see what we got. Intake manifold runner control stuck open. So that's a P2004. And let me see what else I got. So it's saying it's stuck open. So a couple things that could cause this. One, the actual manifold is having an issue, but this also had a, let me get out of the car. This also had a misfire, and the air filter hasn't been changed in a while. So a lot of this stuff can be kind of interrelated. So what we are going to do is we are going to do a tune-up on it, minus changing the coils, and we're going to put a new air filter in there. So that should alleviate what this problem is having. Otherwise, we're going to have to dig a little bit deeper into the air manifold, which has 4 little ducts that open and close. But I got a feeling it's just because the plugs, this vehicle has 80,000 miles on it, the plugs have never been changed, and the air filter is probably overdue from being changed as well. So first and foremost, push this little line out of the way back here, and then you got 2 hoses in the back that you got to disconnect, and they have these little pressure fittings on it, so we're going to move that out of the way, and then that little hose should kind of pop out. Okay, so that kind of moves out. That's a little pop fitting there, and then there's another little pop fitting right there. And that's probably enough to get us out of the way without disconnecting the back hose. But let's see if we can't get enough room in here to change this. I think we can, but let's just open this up back here and remove this completely out of the way. All right, so that little air manifold piece is out of the way. Okay, so you have 4 plugs and you got 4 coils. And again, we're not going to be changing the coils on this today. So we'll start off with this one first. And basically you push down, and then usually they come apart, but you might need a little TLC. I'm a little tired today, so my hands are a little weak, but you push down on that lever, and then they come out pretty easy with the help of that little plier. And then that's going to be a 10mm fitting. So we got that over here with our little extension bar. Make life a little bit easier on ourselves. Right, so that little 10mm comes up. We'll put that there. The coil comes up relatively easy. Okay, so they've been in there for a little bit, but I like to give them a quick spray. Some WD-40. So they go on a lot easier. And then I'm going to use the 9/16 magnetic spark plug remover or installer tool. And we're going to put an extension on it as well. Make life a little bit easier. And I like my electric gizmos just because I'm a little tired today. So put that down in the well. And then a spark plug comes out. And you can tell, and I believe that is 1. And you can tell by the looks of that plug. Make sure I got a good camera angle going on all this. But you can tell from that plug that that is pretty bad. Okay, so that's garbage. I'm going to put a new plug in. I like these iridium plugs. And we're going to put that on here. Then we're going to use a manual one to tighten them down. Like I said, I like using my toys to get everything seated properly, but when you're doing plugs, you don't want to over crank them, so definitely use a manual. Okay, now, so that one is down and in. We'll just switch a wrench with that one. Okay, I'll put that coil back down and in. Make sure the seat's good. Make sure that pops back into place. And then we'll put that back down. Okay, that's good there. Let's disconnect this one. Okay, let's see if this one's a little bit looser for me to be able to disconnect. Okay, there we go. Pop that coil out. And so give it a quick spray WD. Just so it slides on easier. Okay, I'll remove the old plug with this. So again, that plug doesn't look too bad, but we replace that with the new one. Okay, I'll get that twisted on there. So we got that one down and good. Get this set up for the next one. Alright, put that coil back down. And we'll just snap this connection back on. Alright. Down. All right, we'll get this next one. Man, these things are tough today. All right, so. And I guess it just has some gunk stuck in there, and that's why they're not coming out so good. Pop. plug out. That plug comes out, piece of cake. Okay, got that one nice and tight. Put this coil back in. Now, if you were going to be replacing the coils, obviously you'd be putting new coils in at this time. I don't think they need new coils, though it is highly recommended that you replace the coils when you're doing a tune-up. That's just a proper thing to do. Out. This coil looks like that one's going to be. Yeah, they're all fighting me today. Okay. Connected. That one's out. Quick spray WD. Let that drain out. Okay, so that plugs out. We're actually done with this. Rip that plug apart. That box is really stuck on there. Okay. Okay. That one's in there good. And we're done with that stuff. The extension. And these awesome magnetic spark plug tools. All right, love these things. Okay, so let's put this coil back in. Connect that wire, snaps in. Good. Put this screw down. That's done, nice and tight. Okay, so that's what we needed there. Now we're going to basically put this air manifold back on together. Okay, so we put that belt line back on. Line this up a little bit. That's in, that's in. So it's all back together. Just make sure that seat's all the way up. Put that line back together there. Okay, so that was pretty simple. Now the air filter, it's actually here, and you have two body pegs, clips. I use them body pegs because they're These are putting pieces together on the auto body. I'll move this tray down up here. You have a 10mm bolt here that I actually loosened up beforehand. And then you are basically pulling that back, and this whole piece comes up. And we'll sit it there. And you have a clip on this side and a clip on this side. And that folds back. And this is how you change your air filter, which you can tell that's pretty dirty. All right, so let's just keep this out for a quick second. We got the new air filter. See the difference? That's a big difference. Okay, so we want to make sure we have this lined up properly. So see, that's the orientation. So we'll slide this filter in, and then we'll close this. New air filter. So that's the number. That's now garbage. And then we put this manifold back in, and it has a run tab on the side, so you can kind of see where that's got to run down here. So just kind of work it on an angle, and then work it down, and then it snaps right in place. So you're good there. And then those two little tabs, you line up here, and then we got our other one right here. Okay, and then we got this screw goes back into place. All right, that's it. Dropped my phone. Okay. Let's put the tools away real quick. Neatness always counts. Alright, that's that. Tool tray, and then my little light here. We are done with. Everything looks good. Everything's in place. All right. Alexa, open garage 2. All right, so let's see if this check engine light goes off. And it'll probably run rough for a quick second, just while it resets everything. And give it a quick second. We actually may have to put the computer on to get the check engine light to go out. It's still running a little rough, but a little bit of gas. All right, let's just clear the code. Sometimes these cars have a run cycle, and they got to run through a certain degree before they reset themselves. I usually can do this pretty easy, but okay, there we go. Alright, so Okay, so it's still showing the manifold runner control. We are actually going to reset that. And as you can tell, the check engine light went out. So it's rerunning. And you'll hear the idle change on the car as everything kind of like goes back into place. So it's a permanent code, but it will go away after you guys drive it for a little bit. It kind of has like its automatic system. It needs a couple run starts, usually 4 or 5 run starts, and then that will clear itself out. But anyway, all right, Brian from Garage Mahal. That is your quick and easy tune-up, air filter change, which is part of the tune-up, and we go from there. Thanks for watching and subscribing.